Plaintiff Drew Wofford met the defendant at a club where Drew's a DJ. Drew says the defendant won a competition that was taking place at the club, and they became instant friends. Drew is suing because he loaned the defendant money for his car, and he has yet to be repaid. Defendant Joshua Vines admits that he is a female illusionist and says when he became friends with Drew was a recluse. Joshua claims he helped Drew come out of his shell, and he insists he tried to repay the loan, but Drew refused his money.
Start with you.
Your Honor, I met Josh at a club where I work. I'm a promoter and a DJ. Josh was at a drag competition. It's a lot like RuPaul's Drag Race. He was a contestant, and actually a really good one. He actually won that season, and we just became instant friends.
It's a seasonal thing, or?
Yeah, we've done a couple of different seasons of it, and he was season 2, and he won. He was a great entertainer, and we just became instant friends. We started hanging out all the time, drinking, parties. It was a lot of fun. He actually probably gave me the best Christmas I've ever had. He threw...
I know that's right.
He threw this crazy Christmas party.
No offense, you know I couldn't resist that one.
I walked into that
You opened that door that wide. Go ahead.
He threw this crazy Christmas party. He actually found a stripper. It was a lot of fun. But nevertheless, we just continued to hang out. I took him under my wing a little bit. He'd come with me when I DJ'd at different clubs. I tried to get him in the door wherever I could, and he just really evolved into a great entertainer, and we had a lot of fun. Now, Josh came to me November 1st, 2011.
Before we get into the loan, let me allow him to give some background. Sir?
Okay, Judge Mathis, first of all, I don't really like the term drag queen.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I prefer female illusionist because I feel like there's some kind of stigma against the drag queen word. Female illusionist is just anything from film.
Let me ask you, what is the common term in the industry?
In the industry, just an entertainer in general.
Really? Well,
yes.
All the people I know have been...
It depends. I mean, it depends on what you prefer.
The common means what do most people use as the term for female illusionist? Is that your understanding? Female illusionist is the common term they use?
Female illusionist, or
that's the common term?
Entertainer.
Common term?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. For RuPaul, what term does he use?
Ooh, I don't want to, I'm not going to touch that. I don't want to speak for RuPaul.
Okay, well, I'm going based on what I know from just being an outsider. And that's the term I knew, and I think RuPaul uses that term as well, and that's the most famous, I guess, female illusionist. But now that you're educating me, I'll go with that. Female illusionist, go ahead.
I have a strong background in theater, so I kind of branched towards that once I become of age to actually go to clubs. I met Drew during the contest. It was my first kind of big competition, and I did win that 14 weeks strong. I kind of built up a momentum and built up a crowd, and I feel like that's why he started to book me more. We did get close during that time because, you know, I kind of found out, like, you know, I kind of got him to come out of his shell a little bit. He was kind of a recluse, and I was like, that's kind of weird, so I got him, you know, dressed weird and all that, so I kind of changed that for him, so we kind of got close with that.
Still got a little work to do, don't you?
Josh did not dress me.
Now you all know what I do. When you walk through those doors, you know the judge is liable to mess with you a little bit. Go ahead.
But we did get close, and I started staying with him because I lived across town and he lived right next to the club. So the more I worked, I don't feel it means to drive across town just to go to work for 2 hours. So we did get close, and I did ask him to help me out with a loan.
I guess you were going to tell me something happened regarding a loan?
Yes.
Go ahead, tell me.
I lent Josh $1,300.
He came to you and asked?
He asked for me.
For what purpose did he say?
For his car, to make payments on his car. So I got a promissory note that I can send up to you.
Let's see it, please. And so how much did he repay?
He did not make any payments. In the promissory note, I asked for the amount in full because I'm a horrible person, I'm unorganized, and I can't keep up with, I'm sorry, here's the other half.
Let's see it, please. Now,
I can't keep up with
this
payments.
was in November of 11, and he hasn't given you a dime?
Correct.
When you ask him, what does he say?
I kind of didn't touch the subject. I just...
You don't ask for your money?
I was
When
quiet.
you go and promote at the club or DJ at the club, do you ask for your money at the end of the night?
I do. I do.
Oh, I started saying, we got a party coming up. A rap party. We'd be glad to have you work for us.
On July 30th, 2012, I did confront Josh, and I wrote his mother an email and said that we really need to come to a resolution because this is starting to come between us. Here's the email I wrote to his mother, and I never got a response.
Did you write it to him? You say to his mother?
I CC'd the email to him as well. About a month after this point.
Hold on, why you go to the man's mother? He can sue you for that.
Well, he didn't have the money at that time.
But his mother had nothing to do with it. Did she guarantee the contract?
She did. She wrote the promissory note as well.
And her name is on here?
Yes.
Sure is, Phyllis?
Yes.
All right, good enough. So you can sue her as well. You don't want to sue her? That is pretty low down. Sue your man's mama. Sue your man's mama. Yeah, that you did right. So, you're a good guy. You're doing right. Just sue him. Go ahead.
So I talked to Josh and I said we need to come up with some sort of way to get this resolved. Josh said that he was going to be able to make me payments for $300. As I said in the promissory note, I'm not good with payments. I wasn't able to get the first payment from him. I said, please just hold on to it, put it on the counter, put it on the table, put it in a liquor bottle. I don't care. I'll come and get it next week. Next week when I came, I wanted to get that week's payment and last week's payment, but he only had one payment. At that point, I was like, you know what? This isn't going to work. We need to find a way to get this money in full. And I'm asking Your Honor that you could help.
Tell me about it.
That is true, but I did offer to pay Drew $300 on a Thursday night, and he didn't want to comply with me because I could not come out to the club to give him $300. I offered to do a wire
When was that?
I'm not sure what the date was. I really don't have those.
What month?
I think it was October
of 2012.
Yeah, and I offered to do that for him, and he didn't respond.
But this was over a year ago. Why haven't you paid him in a year?
Well, for those couple of months that we were friends, he did not press the subject at all.
But you knew you owed him.
I know. I
couldn't have been much of a friend if you knew you owed him, and just because he doesn't mention it, you don't mention it.
I know. That's just how it was.
I know.
Yeah.
But why?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. It was just like we were doing mutual things for each other.
If the landlord comes to you, the rent is so-and-so. You sign the lease. The rent says every month by the 3rd, you have to pay $500. You gonna wait on the landlord to come, and if he doesn't come, you don't pay your rent?
I'm not, no.
Right, that's the same deal. You had a deal. You have a contract with this man, and you were supposed to pay him, so he shouldn't have to come and ask. You know you owe him. You say, here's your money. Just like you don't do the landlord. I know you don't sit there and wait on the landlord. The landlord is not the one that'll come. Yeah. If you don't pay him his money. That. All right. And quite frankly, I think you should have filed a lien against his assets with this loan. Go down to the county clerk. Well, you'll probably win today, but in the future, if you have a promissory note, you make the person right on there, and I will grant collateral in exchange for this loan. You take it and you file it with the county clerk's office, and when they breach the contract, and you go down there and you get an order to seize their assets.
Yes, sir.
You remember then.
Yeah.
Any other defense other than you? He hadn't asked, so you didn't pay?
He didn't press it, so I didn't press it. I'm not gonna, we were just hanging out until we had a falling out. He didn't mention anything about paying him back.
Tell me why you all fell out. I thought really you fell out over this.
No, it was not about that. It was some silly drama issue. And he just stopped talking to me, and then all of a sudden he said, oh, I want all my money. I had just got a new job, because during the time we were hanging out, all I was doing performances, and that does not pay the bills at all.
No?
No, not the way I'm doing them. Okay. No. So I did get a new job, and I got a big boy job, and I was able to start making payments. I couldn't pay him all at once because I would be completely broke, and I'm not going to be out of house and home trying to do that. So I tried to offer to make payments for him, and he was not accepting. You would
have been out of car if he didn't loan you this money.
I quit the car and everything. I gave him back that because I wasn't able to make payments on that either.
All right.
I tried to make a payment to him, but he wasn't having it, so here we are.
He should have promised him another Christmas.
It's not like that.
You want some money, or you want to wait till Christmas? $1,300 is your judgment. There's no legal defense other than you didn't ask for your money and you wouldn't take partial payments, and it doesn't call for partial payment. Good luck. Welcome for the plaintiff.
Hopefully we can move past this and continue being friends.
Hopefully. I get more bookings too.
If I get another Christmas.
Oh my God, no.